The Group Managing Director of Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, Mele Kyari, is this morning being reported as saying that contrary to the view held by many, the old Port Harcourt Refinery in River State is alive and kicking, with blending and lifting of products in full swing. Arise correspondent Andy Omano is on ground there and now poised to give us an update. It's good to have you, Andy. What is the true nature of the Port Harcourt refinery right now? You know, amid all of these allegations of it's not running and it's running. So can you give us a clearer indication of what's going on there?
All right, Nii, thank you so much for that question. I may not be able to speak generally about the old Port Harcourt refinery, but where we visited since morning, we got into the depot, that is the new depot of the Port Harcourt refinery that is today servicing the old Port Harcourt refinery that is up and running. We've been in the depot for the past 3-4 hours, and the loading, trucking I should call it, did not commence not until 4 minutes past 1 a.m. this afternoon. And that process, the first truck, it took the first truck between 40 to 45 minutes for it to be loaded. And so loading is ongoing. As at the time we're trying to set out of the depot, the second truck was being loaded. And so that is what is going on. Loading is ongoing, but I must add quickly that the loading is not as fast as it should be ordinarily. And so that is where we are, except there are other questions that I need to provide answers. Nii.
Well, Andy, you know, there are reports that the products that are being loaded are from old stock that were stored in the facility's tanks for over 3 years and not from fresh refining processes. Can you talk to us about that?
Okay, we also tried, thank you so much. We also tried to get a window into that. And what we were told, I'm not going to quote any specific refinery source because we're told that for them to speak with us officially, they needed to be permitted from the headquarters. And I suppose that is the NNPCL headquarters in Abuja. So that we didn't get. But we had an informal discussion, and that position was disputed, that what is being sold today is from what has been put together in the next couple of days, last couple of days, I should say, for that to be done. But the source I really cannot mention now because he was not permitted to speak with anybody, that we needed to get authorization from Abuja before he can speak with us officially, as it were. That was the position, but as at when we left the main the depot of the refinery at about less than an hour ago, the second truck was being loaded. Tokwe.
All right, Andy, I'm back on now. You know, there are several loading bays in a refinery. Then the scenario is that what you're telling us right now is that we're seeing very few trucks being loaded at a time. One at a time. You reported the fact that it took 45 minutes to load just one truck. So can you give us a clear indication, scenario on that? You know, there are 2 or 3 or 4 loading bays, and only 1 or 2 trucks here.
Okay, there are just not 2, 3, and 4. As at the time we got there, as a reporter who is up to his sleeve, we counted 18 loading bays. Though we were told that not all 18 are for the loading of PMS, popularly called petrol. But even if they are not for the loading of PMS, I want to believe that about 10 of them should be for the loading of PMS. But just as at the point, the time we were there, they were using just one to load. No sooner the first truck was, should I say, let off the hook of the loading bay, the second one moved into that same loading bay. So what that tells me is the fact that is an indication that not all of them are functional, or the loading hands who are at the bay chose to use just one or two, and I wonder why that should be, more so when so many Nigerians are expecting the fact that this product should get out of the loading bay quickly so that they can have access to it by way of reduction in the price, as it were. So not all loaded, there are 18 loading bays in the new terminal, a new depot of the Port Harcourt Refinery that is servicing the newly activated old Port Harcourt Refinery now, but not all of them are functional.
Now, Andy, I know that some industry experts, have challenged the NNPCL to sell products directly to all marketers, as proof that the refinery is operating at 70%. Any idea if this is likely to happen anytime soon?
Well, we had conversation with the Chief Corporate Affairs Officer, I think that's his designation, Mr. Shonoye, who is somewhere in Abuja, not directly anyway, and he did say that they are trying to chew what they can swallow at a time. What I translate that to mean is that they are raising one step at a time so that they don't fall in the process. And that for now, they chose to first of all dispense this product to NNPC retail outlets before they will extend that same handle to independent marketers. And so that is where they are. That same question I raised today while still at the depot, that when is that going to happen? That is, dispense this product to independent market.
All right, that's our correspondent Andy Omanu from the venue of the Port Harcourt Refinery, giving us an update on the functionality of the refinery at the moment.